The National Democratic Congress's National Vice Chairman, Alhaji Said Sinare, who is today being processed by the Kaneshie District Court, where it is expected he would be charged with possession of firearms without lawful authority. This comes after the Accra Region Police Command took his statement after he was accused of distributing weapons to some persons to cause chaos during the December elections. The Ayawaso North Constituency chairperson of the opposition NDC is reported to have confessed to the police that Alhaji Sinare supplied guns to some youth to cause chaos during the December 7 polls. Alhaji Sinare is currently in the company of his lawyers, Baba Jamal and Abraham Amaliba, who's been speaking to us.
Has any charge been leveled against Mr. Said Sinare so far?
No charge has been leveled against him because investigations are still continuing. Investigations have not concluded. And so for now, he's been asked to write his caution statement, which has to do with possession of firearms without lawful authority. And as you know, the facts are very clear. Alhaji is not in possession of any of those arms. It was somebody who brought them to the police. And so it would be absurd to parade Alhaji before the court and charge him for possession, when indeed there were no guns before him. However, there were two guns that were shown to Alhaji. There was an AK-47 and then a pump action gun. Alhaji had already reported the loss of his pump action gun. He reported that the cantonment police station. That gun is licensed. The pump action gun is licensed. Alhaji had only AK-47. So that was why he said in his statement that pump action gun belongs to him. He has licensed it. He has renewed the license. But the AK-47, the police need to find out from the other guy how he got it.
But this person is saying that the national vice chairman of the NDC gave it to him to use it to foment trouble. Has he been saying anything to the specific allegation that he was the one who handed over that gun to him?
Well, in the interrogation, he has not said that. If you've heard that somewhere, but...
So you heard that the voice of Abraham Amaliba. He's lawyer for Alhaji Said Sinare. Mr. Sinare himself has dismissed the allegation, describing it as, quote, malicious and politically motivated, end quote, by his opponent. On Thursday, he wrote to his party chairman, drawing his attention to the allegation against him. Here are excerpts of the letter. We'll bring you details of that letter later, but my colleague Kweku Asante is following this story. He joins me via Zoom. Kweku, bring us up to speed on this developing story. Kweku, if you can unmute your microphone, we can't hear you.
Hello, Araba, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Well, so I'm currently at the Kaneshie District Court 2, where Mr. Alhaji Said Sinare will actually be arraigned in a few minutes' time. He's actually being sent into the court at the moment. The case has not started yet, but he's expected, like you announced, to be charged with possession of firearms without lawful authority. His lawyers, Abraham Amaliba and Baba Jamal, and currently he's been joined by another lawyer, Victor Kojoga Adaudu, are actually disputing this. So they're saying that the police has not found any gun on Alhaji Said Sinare and so cannot proceed to charge him with possession of firearms. And so that battle is going to go on in the court in a few minutes' time, where the police is expected to level this charge against him. And the lawyers are expected to plead that this charge cannot be leveled against him. And so they are pleading for a bail. Currently at the court, some ND supporters have massed up here. There's also very increased police presence here. And so far, we are waiting to see what exactly the charge officially will be read to the court and what exactly the bail response will be from the court.
Kweku, I imagine a lot of people are curious to know what the background on this particular situation is, because this is his own constituency chairman accusing him of this. Yeah. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so this man that is accusing Alhaji Said Sinare is not only just the NDC Ayawaso North constituency chairman, he's also an aide of Alhaji Said Sinare, who he's worked with for 8 years. And so they had worked for 8 years, and his appointment had been terminated last month. And so the NDC chairman for Ayawaso North has been alleging, and he actually went to the police with some firearms and told the police that Mr. Said Sinare, Alhaji Said Sinare, the first vice chairman of the National Democratic Congress, gave him those specific, ammunitions to use to foment trouble ahead of the elections. Just because of that, Alhaji Said Sinare himself reported to the police, and his statement was taken and has currently been taken here. It actually been brought here to the Kaneshie District Court 2, where he's suspected to be arraigned. A charge is supposed to be read before the court, and his plea will be taken, and then a bail arrangement will be made, as in what Mr. Kojogo Adewuda and the legal team has been telling us, that they are going to plead for bail before the court rises. And actually, if you, I was at the court premise a while ago before I came down to make this interview, and Alhaji Said Sinare has bowed down in the court all throughout the proceedings, although the specific case involving him has not been announced by the court yet, it has not been started yet, but he's bowed his head down throughout the proceedings so far in court. Araba.
All right, Kweku Asante there with that update on the latest developing story, which is that the first national vice chairman of the NDC, Alhaji Said Sinare, is being questioned by police for his involvement in this particular issue. And his chairman, Ayawaso North constituency chairman, is accusing him of, distributing ammunition or guns meant to be used for chaos in the December elections. He, of course, has denied that, and he wrote earlier to the party about this development, and you see the letter on your screens, and it says, I, Alhaji Said Sinare, National Vice Chairman of the NDC, write to your esteemed office and to bring to your attention that Mr. Tahiru Ahmed, the NDC constituency chairman of Ayawaso North, has officially lodged a complaint against myself at the Greater Accra Regional Police Command. Mr. Tahiru Ahmed has been my permanent employee for the past 8 years until last month, when his appointment was terminated, as I had enough suspicion that he is a mole for the governing party. According to his accusations filed with the police and the AK-47 gun produced, I gave him those guns to be used in the northern region during the national elections on 7 December 2020 to intimidate MPP voters. This singular action, initiated at this time, confirms my suspicion that he was working against the party's interests and intends to bring myself and the party's name into disrepute. It is my prayer that disciplinary procedures are immediately initiated against him and excluded from party strategies. Please accept, Honorable Chairman, the assurances of my highest consideration. So that was a letter Alhaji Said wrote to Chairman of the NDC, Samuel Ofosu Ampofo. And stay with the station. We'll be bringing you the latest developments on this particular issue.